Blog Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Totally Driven Entertainment Radio Network. Get driven. Stay driven.
Steve.
Hi.
All right. How you doing, man?
I'm fine. I apologize. I'm
okay.
having iPhone issues, and my phone showed 40% power, and I'm outside trying to close my pool, and I thought, I'll hear that, and the phone died. So, anyway.
All this modern technology, and it's just more problems.
Usually it's pretty damn reliable, but when you really rely on it, it lets you down.
All right,
so I'm multitasking as we do this.
What's that?
I said I'm multitasking as we do this.
Oh, okay. All right, so I guess the big question to start out is, what took you guys so long to really get this together and put a new album out of new music?
I guess the issue never came up because KIX was never really totally back together. We would get together and do festivals, and we would do shows here and there. And in the meantime, we had other projects that we were doing. I was doing Funny Money, writing and recording for that. We put out 4 albums with Funny Money. Brian was with Rhino Bucket. Ronnie was with Blues Vulture. So it's not like we were just sitting idle. We were in music. We were doing our projects, and we just thought that the KIX fans were happy hearing the old stuff, and we were happy doing that until we got this offer to record a new album, and it kind of got the juices flowing and made us think, yeah, why not? And we started putting our heads together and throwing some music into a pile, and about a year and a half went by, and we thought, we've got some pretty good stuff here.
Cool. Now, how about, when you were doing the whole Funny Money thing, were a lot of people constantly asking you, where's KIX? Are you guys going to get back together full time? Was it a constant thing? No,
I mean, the people knew the difference. I mean, Funny Money is an offspring of KIX, obviously, because we did some KIX material, but it was to present the new material written after KIX. So they understood what it was, and never really wasn't really a conflict, or people didn't expect to hear more KIX. That they were happy with what we were doing.
What was there? Was there a final reason or anything that really made you guys sit down and say, hey, let's do this more instead of just doing a festival here and there?
Yeah, actually, when we played Rocklahoma in 2008, the crowd was amazing. The response was amazing, and it opened our eyes that we could actually get over on a big crowd outside of our comfort zone and in our little East Coast regional comfort zone, and that sort of allowed us to step up playing more out of our comfort zone, playing casinos and festivals all over the place. And then when we released a live live CD called Live in Baltimore a couple years ago, and that we released it on Frontiers Records just to get it out there. And they're the ones that sort of put the bug in our ear about a new studio album. So that's what kind of got the juices flowing. And when we decided that we had the material, we wanted to bring somebody in that had been involved in KIX before, and that was Taylor Rhodes, who came in as a previous songwriter and producer of previous KIX albums. We thought with his direction and the music that we have, we would really benefit from his expertise and just his affiliation with the band in the past. So he came in and made a huge difference, kept us in line, kept us in that direction he felt KIX fans wanted to hear, and the result is a new album.
Absolutely. Now, how about, this was without Donnie in the band now. He was the main songwriter. This had to be a real different thing for all you guys going into this, writing new music for yourselves for the band.
Yeah, you know what? It was more liberating than daunting. We thought about that, not having Donnie's songwriting. Are people going to like what we come up with? But it was so liberating that for the first time ever, we were all able to contribute as 5 band members as opposed to one guy ruling it with an iron fist. So it was quite uplifting, and it was nice to be able to contribute and take other people's ideas and judgment calls and incorporate it all into the album. So it was a first for us, actually.
That's cool. So I guess it probably even brought you guys closer together almost as well.
Absolutely. Brian, Ronnie, and Jimmy and I have always been close, and Mark was in Funny Money with me, and then when we started doing these KIX reunion shows, it was just so easy to plug Mark into it because he was doing some of the KIX stuff with Funny Money. So Mark's just been an integral part of making this whole thing happened. This whole record thing kind of went through him. He's just been a blessing to have in the band, and we all really like each other. We're friends, and we enjoy what we're doing again.
Nice. Now,
not many bands that's been around as long as us can say that.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like you guys are taking separate vans or buses or anything to shows.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Now, that's one thing too. Like with your shows, I mean, you guys are, whenever somebody says KIX, whether you guys playing a festival or playing like a double bill or triple bill with somebody, the one thing they always say is KIX blew them off the stage. And I always hear that with either KIX or Cinderella. You always hear the same thing. Those guys blew everybody off the stage.
Yeah, that's nice to hear, but I don't know if that's true or not. I think that's our diehard fans speaking out loud. When we play these festivals, all these bands are worthy of being there, and we're just happy to be a part of it. If that's true or it isn't true, it's not our goal to go there and blow everybody off the stage. Our goal is to just go there and have a good show, and hopefully they'll have us back next year.
It's funny, as I was waiting to talk to you earlier, actually, there's a video floating around on Facebook over the last couple of days with Night Ranger, and they brought this little, he looked like he's like 5 or 6 years old, up on stage with like a paper guitar, and they did AC/DC's Highway to Hell. And I was thinking to myself, do you guys get like your fans now bringing their kids to the show?
Oh, absolutely. We are multi-generational. We have grandmas, dads, and children all coming to our shows now. So I don't know how that makes me feel, but I guess it's good.
Did you expect, 30 plus years ago when you guys started putting this band together that you guys would have the longevity of all these years?
No, honestly, when we decided to go on hiatus, and we just pretty much called it quits in 1995, just because the whole music scene had changed and there was a new party in town, and we definitely weren't invited. And all the bands that we were coming up with and playing with, that we were all just like flushed. So we thought it was over and had moved on. And, I moved on to other projects. I began a teaching career, a vocal teaching career. So I had moved on totally and never gave it another thought until a local promoter called me one day and said, what are the chances of flying Brian in from Los Angeles and doing a KIX show? And I thought, probably slim to nil. And then he starts talking about stupid money, and we thought, well, maybe. and that's kind of what got us together to do a couple local shows in the Hagerstown, Baltimore area, and it just continued to grow after that.
Well, how about, the one thing with Brian, like in I guess it was the late 90s or early 2000s on VH1 where there was the Where Are They Nows, and they were showing he was painting billboards. I mean, did you happen to see that, and what were your feelings like? You're thinking of stuff like, 10 years prior, we're like darlings on MTV, and now it's like, where are they now?
Yeah, I heard about it. I never watched that kind of stuff. I live in the now and not in the past. So when I hear about things like that, I would go, oh, that's kind of sad, because they're depicting him in a light that makes him sound like he's down and out, but he was actually working for his brother's billboard company. So it was quite a good gig, and he was fortunate to have a family out there that was doing that kind of thing. So it wasn't the old down and out scenario the way they like to spell it.
Sure, absolutely. Now, one thing too, maybe it was me, because I'm based out here in the Philly area, and through the years it was like you guys KIX never really came to Philly that much. It was like a rarity. It's like you guys were
right
to Lancaster or Allentown, but it was never Philly. Why is that?
I wish I could give you a good answer to that. I don't know if the Philly fans just never quite got us, but yeah, when we played Philly, it was usually half attended, or we would play really small venues. It's like people never quite got us in Philadelphia, and unfortunate, because it's a great market, and we would have loved to have done better there. I forget the name of the little dump we used to play in Philadelphia all the time. I think we played is it the Troc?
Yeah, the Troc. You know what?
I
remember guys playing maybe the Empire. I mean, way back.
The Empire, that's the one. Little tiny place, little tiny stage, and I mean, those who were there loved it. But any time we tried to go to a bigger venue, it just didn't draw that much.
Wow. That's
about
crazy.
The biggest show we ever did, though, we opened for the KIX, in Philadelphia one night, and that was amazing. And the crowd did dig us that night. So, yeah, I can't really pinpoint why KIX never really took off in the Philly area, because we did great in Jersey, New York, Long Island, Boston. But, yeah, right in the middle of that, it was like, not interested.
Philly is so weird. It really is. It's just, I don't get it. Like you said, bands will go and play like all throughout Jersey and Lancaster and Allentown and stuff like that, and the main hot spot, the big market, it's just like the bands don't do well there. I just don't understand why.
I don't get it either. Yeah, if you ever find out, you let me know.
Yeah, and again, all these years, in the music business has changed, and everything's changed, and now you have digital media and social media and the internet and all that. Are you happy on the way it's changed? It's got to be pretty frustrating at times.
It's entirely different than the way it was when we were up and coming, and when we actually did have some mild success. The whole social media thing, I guess, is a major plus just for getting the word out to fans and whoever wants to know what's going on with the band. Websites I don't even think were used back in the day, so everything has just changed. The way of making records has changed. The amount of records that you sell has changed. The fact that we entered Billboard at number 48, and I think we were a little over 12,500 records, which back in the day, you had to sell, over 100,000 records to enter Billboard at that high of a spot. So the entire industry is different. So we're still adapting, but we're not closed-minded to it. We realize that it's the wave of the future, so you go with it.
Absolutely. And did you happen to hear Gene Simmons last week came out and said rock is dead?
I saw blurbs of that on Facebook, but I didn't quite read the whole thing or what he was, why he was saying it.
I think it was basically just that the modern state of the music business itself today, and he was doing an interview actually with his son for I think a magazine or something, and he came out and said that. I was just like, wow, that's kind of like shooting himself in the foot as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that because I just saw Aerosmith in D.C. last Saturday, and that place was packed to the gills, and they were rocking, and it was amazing. So I don't know if rock's dead or not. I think that the whole scene has changed as far as people's ability to download music and to pirate music, and I don't think we're going to see the sales that we want to see. But I don't.
Right. And another question that it's funny because when I look at you, and even like a lot of people have said the same thing, they look at you or they hear you in concert, they hear you on the new album, and they're like, has this dude aged at all? So what is the secret? What is the fountain of youth that you have?
I've always been a skinny little runt, and I've not lost my hair. I take care of myself. I work out every day. I've never stopped singing in Funny Money and in teaching. So I guess you put all that together, and it's kept me. It's just kept my youthful mindset going.
Because nothing for nothing, I look older than you.
I don't really think about it. When I look in the mirror and I go, that ain't bad, then I just move on. If I was losing my hair, I'd probably be freaking out. I guess the only thing I do is when I see gray hairs, I just kind of pull them or shave them.
So, all right, so the new album, Rock Your Face Off, it's out now on Loud and Proud Records. The first single is Love Me With Your Top Down. Will there be, going back in the day, a music video? Will we see a video for that? Or?
Again, that's another lost art. There really is no MTV or any major outlet that shows videos anymore, and the cost of them is ridiculous, and for the audience that it hits, most people follow the bands that they love on YouTube because there's so many live shots or live footage of their favorite bands on YouTube that there's no point in spending all that money on a studio video anymore. I think it's silly, and I hope we don't do them because I think they're a waste of money and they're a complete waste of time.
I'll tell you what, though. There's a band up in there from the New York area. like 13, 14 years old. And I saw them actually open up for Quiet Riot about a year ago. They play a lot down in Philly. And it was just a weird thing because they're the first ones I heard them say this in concert, and now I've heard it a lot more since then. But they said, yeah, we just released our new single on YouTube. And they had, a nice video to go along with it. And I go in when I got home, I went and checked it out, and they had like 3 million views on it. I'm like, what? It's like, what happened?
Yeah, how? Yeah. You ought to interview them and let me in on it. Whatever they tell you, I want to know.
Actually,
that's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's I don't know. So I think YouTube is a huge thing, though. I think you should.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you should.
Well, again, I mean, we're all over YouTube. All anybody has to do is go to YouTube and punch in KIX, and we're all over the place. So there's no point in doing videos anymore.
Yep, I guess you're right.
Thank you.
So, all right. So the new album, like I said, it is out now. Rock Your Face Off, Loud and Proud Records. Where can we get that? I guess online, iTunes, all the fun places. All the fun places.
I do know if people who want physical product, which is another dying thing, you can get it. I do believe it's available at Best Buys and Walmarts. And you can order it off of Amazon if you want the real physical CD to look at actual credits and see who wrote what and what lies we put on there. And obviously, iTunes or any other outlet that you can download music on.
Right. Hang on 1 second, Steve. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll be right with you. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Get a quick ID for me. This is Steve Whiteman of KIX, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio. You know what? I'm outside full of grief, so I got to write stuff down because my short-term memory sucks. So hold on, let me get inside, and I'll do this for you. Okay. Again, I apologize for missing this at 1. I'm really quite punctual usually, and I feel like a jerk for missing it. It happens. It's totally cool. Getting to a piece of paper so I can write. Is it just one, or you need a couple? Just one. As soon as I find my book, I'll be there. There's my book. Okay, go ahead. What is it again? It's Totally Driven Radio. Totally Driven Radio. That's it? That's it. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Spice it up. Okay. Any particular name you want me to mention, or just totally? Yeah, you can just say Totally Driven Radio. That's cool. Okay. All right. You ready? Go for it. Hey, I'm Steve Whiteman, and you are rocking your face off on Totally Driven Radio. Cool. And which song should we play? Should we play the single, or you want anything else that's supposed to play for you? You know what? We just started playing You're Gone, and it's getting over like gangbusters live. The other one that we like to play, we open the show with Can't Stop the Show, and we kind of use that opening riff to introduce each band member individually, so it's kind of lengthy. But by the time the song gets started and I go out and play it or start to sing, it's a pretty great reaction. So either one of those two. Cool. You got it. And, hey, I hope you guys come to Philly so I can come see you. I hope so, too. Help us get the word out there. I mean, if there's a reason to come, we will be there. Cool. I'll work on it. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, man. Take care. My pleasure. You too. Bye.